वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् आदौ देवकी देवगर्भजननं गोपीगृहे वर्धनं मायापूतना जीव तापहरणं गोवर्धनो धारणं कंसाधिच्छेदनं कौरवादि हननं कुन्ती सुता पालनम् एतद् श्रीमद्भागवत पुराणकथितं श्रीकृष्णलीलामृतम् श्रीभगवान् उवाच अहमेवासमेवाग्रे नान्यद्यत् सदसत्परं पश्चादहं यदेतच्च यो वशिष्येत सोऽस्म्यहम् ऋतेऽर्थं यत् प्रतीयेत न प्रतीयेत चात्मनि तद्विद्यात्मनो मायां यथा भासो यथा तमः यथा महान्ति भूतानि भूतेषुच्चावचेष्वनु प्रविष्टान्यप्रविष्टानि तथा तेषु न तेष्वहम् एतावदेव जिज्ञास्य तत्त्वजिज्ञासुनात्मनः अन्वयव्यतिरेकाभ्यां यत्स्यात् सर्वत्र सर्वदा करारविन्दे न पदारविन्दं मुखारविन्दे विनिवेशयन्तं वटस्य पत्रस्य पुटे शयानं बालं मुकुन्दं मनसा स्मरामि श्रीकृष्ण हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव जिह्वे पिबस्वा मृतमे तदेव गोविन्द दामोदरमाधवेति विक्रेतुकामा किल गोपकन्या मुरारिपादार्पितचेत्तवृत्तिः दध्यादिकं मो हवशादवोचद् गोविन्ददामो दरमाधवेति गृहे गृहे गो पवधू कदम्बः सर्वे मिलित्वा समवाप्ययोगम् पुण्यानि नाम निपठन्ति नित्यं गोविन्ददामो दरमाधवेति सुखं शयानां निलये निजेऽपि नामानि विष्णोः प्रवदन्ति मर्त्याः ते निश्चितं तन्मयतां व्रजन्ति गोविन्ददामो दरमाधवेति जिह्वे सदैवं भज सुन्दराणि नामानि कृष्णस्य मनोहराणि समस्तभक्तार्तिविनाशनानि गोविन्ददामो दरमाधवेति सुखावसाने इदमेव सारं दुःखावसाने इदमेव ज्ञेयं देहावसाने इदमेव जाप्यं गोविन्ददामो दरमाधवेति श्रीकृष्णराधा वरगोकुलेश गोपाळ गोवर्धननाथ विष्णो जिह्वे पिबस्वा मृतमे तदेव गोविन्ददामो दरमाधवेति जन्मान्द्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादि तरतश्चार्थेष्वभिघ्नस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदाय आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत् सूरयः तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि सत्यं परं धीमहि सत्यं परं धीमहि. Okay, so last week we were discussing about that bhakti, bhakti is an only solution, you can say, for the liberation, And furthermore, in the same chapter, chapter 19, Shukaji tells to Parikshit and here to Bharataji, okay, describes about the different kind of puja or worshipping, and in that context, Shukji says that we do different kind of havan or yagna or home, you name anything, okay, with different mantra for different deities. We give the ahuti when we speak swaha, okay, when we utter swaha, the oblation, ahuti. But Bhagwat says, finally, it goes to Sri Hari, means Bhagwan Krishna. And I have shared this verse with you. Maybe in Gita class or Bhagwat class. It's clearly mentioned in the verse. Akashat patitan toyam yatha gacchati sagaram sarvadeva namaskaram keshavam pratigacchati. Akashat, sky, from the sky. Patitam toyam, water, right? Whatever water comes down from the sky, okay? Yatha gacchati sagaram, doesn't matter where it falls, okay? But finally it goes to ocean. Yatha gacchati sagaram, sagar, ocean. Sarvadeva namaskaram keshavam pratigacchati. Similarly, you pray to any deity, any god, any name, any mantra, but finally Keshavam pratigacchati, Keshavam, Bhagwan Krishna. Finally, it goes to Bhagwan Krishna. The same thing Bhagwat has described here in the 26th verse of 19th chapter of 5th Canto. Ekah prithang namam bhirahuto muda grunad purnah swayam ashisham prabhu. Now, furthermore, it says that yes, it's true that those who are offering their service with some sort of expectation, which is known as sakam karma. Sakam karma means with some sort of expectation, sakam karma. And yes, Bhagwan does fulfill his or her wish. But Sukhdevji says, that's not really rendering service to Almighty. Because, and Sukhdevji explains the reason also. Why? Because once the one wish or desire is fulfilled, there will be another desire, another wishes. So, one after another, the wishes or desires will be there if one is fulfilled. Whereas, if there is a service or bhakti without any expectation, then Bhagwan will make sure that person will get the place in the lotus feet of Almighty. And once that is done, then brushed all desires or the wishes. You don't need it, right? It will be subsided, right? Right. So here, the 19th chapter of 5th canto is done. You will be writing few verses, okay? Verse 26. Please write. Their devout men of Bharata, devout, D-E-V-O-U-T, their devout men of Bharata, B-H-A-R-A-T-E, Bharata, engaged in scripture, ordained rites, make offerings in the sacrificial fire, comma, make offerings in the sacrificial fire, comma, observing the ritualistic rules, and uttering the proper mantras, in invocation of various deities. Full stop. Though called under different names, all these deities are none but thyself, comma, and so it is thyself alone. Comma, the perfect one and the bestower of the rewards of all worship, comma, that accepts all these offerings, full stop. Please check verse 26. Their devout men of Bharata, engaged in scripture ordained rites, make offerings in the sacrificial fire, comma, observing the ritualistic rules and uttering the proper mantras in invocation of various deities, full stop. Though called under different names, all these deities are none but thyself, comma, and so it is thyself alone, comma, the perfect one and the bestower of the rewards of all worship, comma, that accepts all these offerings, full stop. Now the verse 27. To such devotees praying to thee, verse 27, to such devotees praying to thee for worldly fulfillments, comma, for worldly fulfillments, comma, their prayers are indeed granted by thee. Their prayers are indeed granted by thee. Full stop. But such gifts do not represent thy real blessing. It do not represent thy real blessing. Full stop. For, comma, not satisfied with what has been got, for, comma, not satisfied with what has been got, comma, more prayers for further fulfillments. More prayers for further fulfillments. Continue from these recipients afterwards. Continue from these recipients afterwards. Full stop. But on those who seek no boon, but on those who seek no boons of any kind, comma, no boon of any kind, comma, thou, comma, of thy own accord, comma, bestowest a place at thy feet, bestowest a place at thy feet, which have the power to give them that ultimate fulfillment, which eradicates all desires from their hearts, which eradicates all desires from their hearts. Full stop. That was verse 27. Please check. To such devotees praying to thee for worldly fulfillments, comma, their prayers are indeed granted by thee, full stop. But such gifts do not represent thy real blessing, comma, for, comma, not satisfied with what has been got, comma, more prayers for further fulfillments continue from these recipients afterwards, full stop. But on those who seek no boon of any kind, comma, thou, comma, of thy own accord, comma, bestowed a place at thy feet, which have the power to give them that ultimate fulfillment which eradicates all desires from their hearts. So that's chapter 19 we have completed today.